About 3 weeks ago, this parcel arrived in the post, and as much as I've been trying to put it off because, well, any excuse from the weather's not been right to, oh, goodness knows what else, I've been far too busy. I've been trying to avoid doing this. It is the fog light or driving light for the front of my Leaf, and the reason I've had to buy one of these is because my other one got broken. I think a stone must have hit it or something. The front lens is completely smashed. So I got hold of this one. This one's come from eBay. It's off a broken Leaf. It was $39.99. That's UK pounds. What's that? About $45 US. I haven't done the conversion. It's around about there, and it's come in very good condition. That's how it was advertised. I don't know if you can see. So the front there's a bulb that's in there, which I think you get to by undoing these, and there'll be another bulb that goes in the top here. That is hopefully going to come straight out of my car into this and slot in the back. Again, hopefully you can see that. It's difficult with the old focus on here. Straight into that hole there. Now, from what I can see, it is a case of once we get to the area where this is, I can unscrew the old one, take it out, screw this one in. How hard can it be?
How hard indeed. Right, let's start by making some room between the wheel and the arch by lifting the car up a little. And then we find our first issue. It would appear that when Nissan decided they were going to crash my car, they didn't quite put it back together properly. They've used some self-tapping screws as well as the bolts that should be there. So I'm going to undo all these just to release the floor pan so that I can see up underneath the front of the car. This little deflector here has about 3 bolts in it that need removing. And then you can prise away the floor pan and the wheel arch. And from here you can even get your hand up inside and feel the back of the light. You might be able to do some repairs from here. But I felt I needed to take off the wheel arch so that I could really get in and use my tools. A couple of plugs here that just prise out with a screwdriver. And then we've got access, and this is the back of the driving light. You'll see there's 2 screws on the right, 1 on the left. They hold it in place. And then there's a plug on the back in the middle and 1 underneath. They are the power to the 2 bulbs. So we simply unscrew the 3 screws. And the unit drops away. Here you can see I'm trying to remove the plugs one-handed, but it's a bit difficult with all this glass about.
It's all getting a little bit crowded in there trying to get those leads off and things, so I thought it would be easier just to sit up here and show you actually what I'm doing. So here's the light that I took out. I promise I won't cut myself again, at least I hope not anyway. So from the front, if I flip it over, you can see the back here. You'll see this is where one of the lights goes in, and that's quite simply a twist and pull. So the whole bulb unit comes out, you just twist the clip, pull it out, and it comes out as one. The other one is on the bottom here. Hopefully you can see that just in there, and that's a plug. The light bulb stays in the unit. As I said before, I think you need to unscrew this whole section to take that out. But the clip itself is a little push in with your thumb and then pull it out. And then obviously to put them back in, you just do the opposite. So it's very straightforward. This bulb here, this little one at the bottom, that is the driving light. That's the one that comes on when you turn the engine on. The engine? I haven't got an engine. When you turn the car on. If you want to change that, I know people do change them for LED ones. I think this is that you are going to have to take the unit out. I think you probably could try and undo it. I don't know. It's going to get a bit tricky. It'll be easier if you just take it out, replace it, put it back in again. So that's what I'm trying to do with all my fingers and thumbs in that little small gap.
Once all the screws are undone and the plugs are unplugged, I tried to take it out through the bottom of the car. It was all a bit tight, so I turned the wheel and I was able to get it out through the side of the wheel arch there. It was a little bit tight, but it didn't cause too many problems. Putting it back in is just a case of going back in the way it came out, putting the plugs back in and offering it back up to the hole. It seemed to stay there on its own, so it was quite easy just to locate the screw holes and screw it back in. And then comes the fun bit, trying to remember how to put it all back together again. A couple of times I had to refer to the opposite wing just to see where things went, but ultimately it went together quite easily. A final check to see that everything's working okay, and that's a job well done as far as I'm concerned, and I would imagine a fair amount of money saved compared to going to Nissan to get them to do the same thing. Well, there you go, all done in, to be honest, if I hadn't have been filming it, it would have taken me about an hour, maybe a touch more, just fiddling about with things, trying to work out where stuff goes. So a relatively straightforward job, but it does come with some caveats. And the big one is I am no expert. I have no training. I'm not a professional in what I'm doing. And there's every chance that somebody out there is watching this video now and screaming at their computer, "You madman, what are you doing? You're lucky to still be alive." If that's the case, I guess what I'm saying is if you go and hurt yourself or kill yourself, don't come whinging to me. That's what I did today. That's how I did it. That sounded really bad, didn't it? You know what I mean. I have no formal training in it. So please take your time, do things properly. If you're in any doubt, pay a professional. That's what I would normally do, I must admit. But I found it quite straightforward. Hopefully that's given you a bit of an idea how to do it, because I've certainly looked before at how to change the driving light for an LED bulb. All I could find was convoluted discussions on forums with sometimes some pictures, sometimes they didn't work. It looked quite complicated, but actually when you get into the nitty-gritty, it's not. It's a load of screws and it's a few plugs. So if you're confident, go for it. If you have any doubts, please don't hurt yourself. I don't want that on my conscience. So the other thing is the light that I replaced it with, as I said, it was a second-hand one. It came off a broken Nissan Leaf. It was in perfect condition. It came as advertised. It was very, very good. When I spoke to the guys who sold it to me, I asked about whether that was a left side or a right side one, offside or near side. They told me it doesn't matter. The light goes either side. So if you're looking at second-hand ones and you start wondering which side to get, apparently they fit both sides. They're exactly the same. The other thing I didn't manage to get round to doing was adjusting it, the height of it, so it goes up and down. Basically you shine it on a flat wall in front and you're able to adjust the height. I think that's that big white sort of rugged screw thing you see on the bottom of the light. They were perfectly aligned, so I didn't have to touch it, therefore I didn't video it, but you might have to do that. So you might just have to do a little bit more research just to confirm that that is that screw and that's how it works. I believe there's a hole up underneath the floor pan at the front that you can just go in and adjust it from there. So you don't have to take it all apart if you later think, oh, I need to adjust it. That shouldn't be a problem. But ultimately, I'm quite happy. That's all done. It's all nice and secure. And I thought it was reasonably straightforward. The only other little minor thing that I did today was the rear passenger door. It was, when it was opening and closing, it was clicking. I'm sure you've heard it, cars often do it. It was just the supporting bracket, it just come loose a little bit. So I just tightened it up and that solved that. So there's the clicking door is now gone. So that's the car up together as far as I'm concerned. And that is the end of today's video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, whether you wanted to replace a bulb or not. I always laugh at people's misfortunes and when they hurt themselves. So hopefully you've done that with me today. It's all better now, nothing to worry about. Very little blood. I think I made more out of it than I should have done. But that's it. Thanks ever so much for watching. If you're not doing so already, remember to like and share and subscribe if this is something that interests you for the future. Until next time, you take care and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.